Hello, friends, and welcome back for another episode of the Shrekthrough. I don't know why it's so difficult for me to think of that, because that's clearly what it is. We're staring at a big decomposing ogre right in front of our faces, with a very strange-looking frown on his face. I don't know. Let's make some more progress, guys. How about it? So we're back in the ballista room, as you probably remember from the last episode. We got through that fairly unscathed. It was a little bit of a touch-and-go moment there, but, I made it anyway. So apparently this guy is supposed to give you
Hello
some
there.
kind of a
Well,
ring or
my,
some special something or other, this Pate
nice.
character. He tells you that if we go through this
Um,
door, the thing's going to
uh,
lock behind me,
I
and that's all he actually says. So I think we
I'll
actually
leave
have to
this
make it
one to
through
you.
that before
I'm
we
worried
are
about
granted
other people.
access to whatever the jewel or gem or whatever ring it might be. This is probably going to get me killed a few times. I'm a little worried about it, and I don't really want to lose... Oh, wait a minute. I tricked it. The gate didn't shut at all. Roll. It will, though. Trust me, it will. Just not yet. I'm really worried, though. What am I going to do when I start to fight 3 or 4 guys all at the same time? I'm not going to be able to react to that properly. All I can really do is run away. Gate's still open. I'm not sure where the tag is that trips the thing to make the gate close. I'd like it to just stay open forever if we could work that out. Oh, jeez. Getting hit with an arrow is apparently a really big problem for me. Oh, he still got that arrow out. Guess we're in it for the long haul then. Gate should be down by now. By the way, in case you're ever wondering, I can't hear the game audio when I play, so I'm trying to avoid mic bleed. I keep the game audio down really, really low out of my TV, and then I have this coming basically directly into my computer through my Elgato game capture. And that's why I can't really hear when the characters, the NPCs, are talking, and it's why I've sometimes talked over them as well, because I'm just reading it to myself, because to me, it seems like it's all quiet on the Western Front, so should be some stairs. Oh god, swordsman. I know, I knew they were there. I didn't think they were going to come running at me, though. There's 3. That is really bad. Oh, and that guy's got a shield. We're going to be in trouble real soon with this. Yep, strike. I'm going to get out of your way. That guy's dead. Yeah, you shield up. You know what's up. You have a spear, though. How am I going to handle that? I don't have good ways around that range. Oh, and the guy with the halberd's here as well. Yeah, alright, he's going to poke me with that. I'm going to just shoot your shield and hope that you die before I do, I guess. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh! Combos! Run! Lion strats in full force. I just want to live. They're going to chase me back out. I should have probably just kept running, to be honest with you. There's no reason not to. Actually, you know what? The reason not to is that I end up having to fight more of them later, so I think if I do this, I'm just going to end up getting myself even more screwed later on. No, no, no! How does that not hit you through the shield? There we go. You know, when I have a shield in my happenings in the Dark Souls world, the shield really doesn't seem to do a lot for magic, but I guess that's only because I'm a human, or an ogre in this case, and them being AI means that they seem to live for more. I'm not sure why that has to be that way. Can't believe I worked through all of those soul arrows already. I'm down to 8. Gotta get rid of this guy real quick. Alright, we're good. Arrows are going to be a problem in a second. This guy's going to start raining death on me. Oh, thankfully, though, he's pretty bad at shooting them. Really need to get that bonfire out. Down to 5 arrows. And there's one more denizen of hell up here. Where is he at? Oh, there he is. He's hiding on the other side of that corner. Don't shield, bro. Don't shield. Oh, just strike him. Yep, alright, we buttered him to death. Fantastic. I think that's the last of him. But this gets me out and around to the other side of the gate, so I actually live through that little trial. HD. Break this? Do I want to break this? Does it matter? I knew I could break it, actually, but I didn't know why I wanted to. And over on the other side, that's where we're going to end up eventually, I believe. I think we're walking over top of a gate or something. The gate. Shout out to the gate. Yeah, I think we just want to drop down. There's not really I guess it's slightly lower over here. Can I land on top of something to break my fall a little bit? No, not really. Maybe these boxes, but I missed.
Well,
Yo, we made
I
it.
hope that brave. Be careful out there.
That was worth it, right?
Oh, your
White sign
lad's on good
soapstone.
luck. Well, I hope that. Be careful.
Alright, well, that's probably a useful thing to have. But I actually don't have my game set to be enabled to be online, so as useful as that might be, it's probably not going to help me out in particular very much. How am I going to deal with this Ninja Turtle? I'm almost out of all my stuff. Also, there's a ladder right there? Right, that was what I just saw from the other side. And this is a giant tree. I remember where that is for later. Oh, we're getting chased. I didn't even realize there was another guy up here. How am I going to handle this now? I feel like we're too far away to reasonably use... Oh god, and then there's a pyro dude up top. Okay, well, I think I'm going to retreat. I do have 2,000 souls, so maybe I should just go back. Oh, it feels like such a scumbag doing this, though, because we got kind of far. What are you doing up there? Just running in place. I don't even know how we got there in the first place. I think we're just going to go back to the bonfire and heal up. Because without my soul arrows, I don't really have a lot that I'm going to be able to do. And the next time I go back, I'm not going to have to deal with that garbage again of having to go around in a circle to get the white sign soapstone. That was a one-shot deal. Unfortunate, because I think with a few more soul arrows, I probably could have actually made it through. Let's rest of the bonfire. We'll actually go back and spend these souls, that way I don't end up losing them by accident. We'll see if, I think we should be able to just make it to 2 levels on this one, so I'll see if that attributes itself to being 2 attunement slots, or 1 more attunement slot, rather. I doubt it, because they tend to put them in far increments from each other, I think. But I'll at least have a look.
Seek lest this.
Yeah, I know. You tell me that every single time I come here. Attunement is at 13. I can get 2, yeah, I can get 2 of those levels in, but that's not going to be enough to get to another slot yet. I'm going to guess it's probably at 16 or 17, maybe even 18, as they don't want to give those suckers away for whatever reason. So what would make my life better right now? Probably putting a few more points into strength, because I'm going to need to be able to wield that better sword at some point. But magic defense, magic bonus. So this would actually just make my spells stronger as far as I can tell, which might be really useful as well. If I could use less soul arrows, that would also count. And plus this is going to get me rights to using more spells in the later. Anyway, because I'm going to need to be able to have that access to use the better spells when I find them. I don't want to have to be, you know, searching around in the dark trying to come up with a way to get that all to work. Inventory, I just wanted to see again what was the level requirement for that sword I got. That's 20 and 11 for the bastard sword. That's probably not going to happen, like, ever. Okay, 10 and 9. I think that's doable. I think it's not doable for a little while yet. Once I beat the next, or the first boss, I think maybe we can start to talk about what we're going to do with all those points inside my Shrek. So off we go back to the area we're just in, and then we're going to go make progress in the same place we just were again. This time we're going to take the Ninja Turtle path, and it's going to be good. You're going to love it. You're going to love it, I guarantee it. I guarantee it. So let's just run. Down the ladder, right. I get so worked up sometimes. I come out of these loading screens and, like, I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going. Like, my heart is leading my mind in those cases. I'm not quite sure, but I'm going. Alright, that seems like it was more powerful. Oh, well, that's, you know, like 3 life points shy of killing him. That's fine. As long as he doesn't run at me, we're good. Oh, that one actually killed him in 2 hits. That's good. It would be great if we could just eliminate the having to butter his bread every time. And just finish him off with the 2 soul arrows and then call it a day. 4. And that should be enough to kill him in 1 blast, yes. To get him about half, and then we should be good to go from there. So 55 soul arrows, that's 5 out of the 60. That's fine for the beginning there. This guy's gonna probably get stuck on the wood and smash. Oh my god, look at that wonderful physics power that's being displayed right there. The wood went everywhere. Can I get spell backstabs? That would be a fantastic thing for me. Well, that's ridiculous. I guess I need like one more point in magic. In intelligentsia. And then we don't have to worry about that anymore. It would be just great to not have to try and get close to melee them once even. Oh, seriously? You're gonna pyro me from that range. I thought that was not a consideration that I needed to take. And there should be a couple of dudes down here. I should have hit them from the wall up above. But I guess this is fine too. Halberd ones specifically, really would love to avoid them at all times, really. Alright, I guess we're gonna butter him. Should at least be able to get one hit in without worrying too much. It's when I miss, because the range on this stupid dagger is like 3 inches in front of me. As soon as I start missing, then he starts getting halberd swings in, and once he hits me once, he's gonna stagger me instantly. And then the combos begin. Also, really don't want to trigger Ballista Room. Ballista Flockhart in there. I don't want her to come out. Where does that guy live? Oh, it's probably this dude up here on the wall. Really wanted to not get in a conflict with this one if possible. No, 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 don't! Oh, goodness. Alright, we're good. As soon as they hit me once, I'm like, alright, panic mode. Also, that's like a really bad texture because it's repeated like instantly right next to it in the same exact... They couldn't have just shifted the texture a little bit? Or not put such a distinguishing mark on that one edge? Alright, so we're gonna fight the Ninja Turtle now. Hopefully I can stagger him with spells. Oh god, he's gonna try and thwomp my head in. I want to stay away from him if possible because he has a huge range and also those pyro throwing guys at the top. They're actually not throwing pyro stuff, they're throwing like whatever those fire bombs are. I don't want to get involved with them. They're a big problem for me. Yeah, that is way easier to do with spells than it is with melee. Not that those guys are impossibly difficult or anything, but it's like a lot easier to not have to be up in their face like that. Alright, now we've got a bunch of guys coming up in this room. What's the best way to handle this? Probably get up high so they can't come after me as easily. And then we'll just shoot them from here. Can I do that? Just shoot them from this side? No shield on that one, so that's kind of a gimme. Much appreciated, Dark Souls 2. Thank you for that. You can see now why the going for the full loop here would have been a bad idea if I had tried to make it work with the last few soul arrows I had. And where else? If I get either of these drops, more dudes just start to, like, appear. I'm pretty sure. Oh, you're not gonna wake up? There you are. Get out, get out, get out! Oh my god, no. Oh. I rolled and it just, like, didn't happen for me for some reason. I'm gonna use my Estus. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually just gonna keep going and then I'll just come back for that. Because once I get the shortcut, I don't have to worry anymore. It's just done. And now what? Now we've got the... Well, let's just open the shortcut. Screw it all. I don't think there's anything in our way. Get this item. Fire arrows, alright. Arrows are always nice. And this opens up, and now we have access back to the bonfire. So, we could actually just refill our soul arrows at any time. This is a very important step, of course, to make the loop. And one of the few times I feel that that actually even happens in this game. For whatever reason, they don't do that very often. The looping around thing, which was one of my favorite parts about the Dark Souls ethos, or the way that it works, the mentality of level design, I thought was really clever a lot of the time because of the way that it made you, you know, loop back around to things. But they kind of forego that in this game a little bit more for the sake of having fast travel all the time, which, you know, I preferred the other way personally, but it's not like it's bad, it's just, I don't know, could have been better in my opinion. So we got that crystal lizard, that's pretty cool. We got a shield of some kind, which I should probably look into. And let's go over here and see if dudes still spawn in behind me when I pick this up, or if it was just the one that I killed. 2 amber herbs. Oh, do they not? Alright, seems like we're cool. Shrek's really not looking so good today. We should probably hook him up with an item so he looks a little bit more like his normal ogre self. Can be a little overbearing seeing him in a condition like this. Yeah, there he goes. Whee! And that guy's gonna fall from the ceiling. Which is alright. I can handle it from now. I just needed to know that he was gonna do that, which I kind of remembered. 100% remember, but I kind of remembered it. And I think the goal was for me to get trapped up at the top of this giant, massive sword. So that way when I try to get this item, well, it triggers that to happen. And, yeah, we're good. I think we're all clear now. So we've got almost another 2K games, which will be enough for a few more levels, or a couple more levels, not a few. That is locked. And we actually managed to make it to the shortcut on this episode, so I'm pretty contented with that, even if that is as far as things go. I'm definitely going to spend those souls before we get any further, but I would love to make it 2,000, so I'm just looking around to see if there's anybody that I could go ham on for a second or two. This is weird. Dude just, like, teleported back into existence and then fell. I guess they load the characters in streaming fashion, and sometimes you happen to go into their viewpoint. This elevator right here, by the way, is our next destination, so in case you're wondering why I'm not going to it, it's not like I didn't know it was there. I just not going to it yet, that's all, for, well, what you'll see to be obvious reasons in a few moments. I guess we'll just take care of this guy again. Oh, no, just go over here. No, I'll hit the rocks, that's fine, too. Really doesn't matter if I use up the ammo now. Almost just fell off that bridge because I'm being wild. And then we'll just, we'll go up here and we'll go and shoot a couple more guys with arrows and then we'll teleport back to Majula. You know, if I die here, it's not really that big of a deal. I'll just walk outside and go grab my soul recovery. The punishment in this case is really mostly just that I would lose another tiny chunk of my life bar. But at this stage of the game, like, losing a tiny chunk of your life bar really doesn't matter all that much. Because really, they design things with the general sentiment that, like, you should be able to get through most of it without much health. You know, preferably just don't take any hits at all. If you can work that out, that's fantastic. Oh, I just crossed the 2,000 mark, so that's good. And that's the end of that guy. Can I reach anyone else from here? Not really. I think there is, like, one more, though, isn't there? 20... Oh, yeah, he's right there, actually. Certainly makes farming a whole different experience when you can stand still and shoot everyone from one stationary position. Now I'm just shooting nothing. I could also see how that would be a bit of a problem if you start shooting randomly and then starting hitting NPCs. That could be an issue. I'm not sure quite how easily they aggro on you. Hopefully they give you at least a couple of hits in case you screw up and do something accidentally. You did ask, by the way, in the comments previously about the Emerald Herald, and if you kill her, like, what goes on with that. I think I answered in the comments, but I'm not sure I ever mentioned it in actual voice form. But yeah, she makes it very difficult to kill her accidentally, which is good because she's the most important NPC in the whole game. She's what allows you to level up your character as well as level up your Estus Flask. So if you kill her, it's going to take a long time, and it's going to require you to fully commit to that concept, and then when you kill her, you get like an old feather, which allows you to basically just teleport back to the last bonfire like a homeward bone, but it's infinite. So if that's a thing you're into, then I guess that's the thing you can do. But I would probably not do it myself. It seems like a bad idea. So I have just enough for one more level. I should probably put it into health, I'm thinking. It does 7. I just wanted to get the one more point into int, so that way I could probably kill a few more dudes in 2 hits than I was. I should really be working on that weapon, though, I know. I know. What else do I want to do here? Anything I can talk to with the blacksmith? Do I need anything from him? Stand back, this is dangerous work. Oh, I forgot, I haven't actually talked to him since he set up shop. Could reinforce... What would I even want to reinforce, really? Can I reinforce my staff? Well, I guess I theoretically could, and that does actually make things stronger. It costs 430. That's not even that expensive. I have plenty of Titanite shards.
Don't waste my time.
I think I'm going to go see if I have any consumable soul items and just go ahead and do that a couple of times. That actually would have been a better use of my stuff rather than doing that level. Let's just use the soul of a proud knight. Who cares? 2,000. We'll see if we can level it a couple of times. I'm going to need the more power possible, really. So, go. Reinforce. I'll probably get a better one soon anyway, but who cares? Oh yeah, this is going to be nice. We can get it up to 108. We can get it up to 117. and that is about where that's going to end up. So that lands us at 452. Thinking about my doorbell and when you're going to ring it, but also a shield would be kind of a handy thing to have, but I don't think that's going to happen for me right now. What would 452 souls do for me right now? Actually, some arrows would be what that would do for me. I would say bolts, because I think didn't I get a short bow or a crossbow or something? I probably need to make sure of that before I start buying the wrong type of arrow. What did I get? I have a short bow. Okay, so we want just regular arrows. Arrows are a very, very precious commodity in this game, I find. Maybe it's just the way that I personally tend to play, but I think you could probably say that arrows are one of the most useful things, just because you could pull stuff with them, and if you're familiar with MMO terminology, pull is just when you have a bunch of guys, like, grouped together, and basically you need to dispatch them one at a time, and the only way to do that sometimes is to get their attention without being right up in their face, because they all have these little like proximity ranges around them that if you're too close, it'll aggro everybody in the range, and then they'll all come after you. So arrows tend to take over that. A lot of them are scripted though, so if you shoot one of the guys, it'll hit multiple aggro ranges and pull them all together. But, you know, if you're strategic about it, that's not the worst thing in the world. A lot of times you can make do with it anyway. What do I want to do about soul arrow situation? I think I want to attune my second slot with the great soul arrow, just to see what that's going to do for me, because we're actually about to fight the boss right now, and see if that works. I would like to very much kill this boss, and I think it's going to be very, very difficult, so I'm going to try my best. I do know the strategy for how to beat it effectively, but it's not going to necessarily work the same without a melee-oriented class. So down we go into the abyss of sort. It's not exactly the most demented, insane, crazy abyss I've ever seen. It's more like just a little cave. But there is also this dude here, which we can't forget about. The first time I went through this, it was quite the ordeal, and I actually was stuck. Come on, I want to pick up the item. I was stuck on this boss for quite a while, and also this door does not open for a very, very long time, so don't get your hopes up. You can see very faintly through there's like some orangey, flamey stuff going on. This is the proper where you're supposed to get to the area that I talked about falling into debris before about in the last episode. I think it was the last episode. Time all runs together for me. So anyway, we're going to fight our first boss now, so I hope you're ready to get Shrek'd a few times with me. I'm going to put up my Great Soul Arrows, and we're just going to hope for the best. Pretty sure anything that he does to me is going to be a one-shot, and I'm sorry that I have to skip this cutscene. So I have to basically just not get hit at all. We're going to see if that's even possible. Oh, right, left. Alright, that's a fair bit of damage that we're doing to him. Oh! Yeah, alright, we're good. Basically, if I could just keep kiting him back and forth to the opposite sides of the room, I might stand a chance. I know this doesn't seem like it would be all that dramatic, given the amount of distance that I seem to have, but the range on this dude is crazy big. When you're playing as a melee-focused character, it totally changes the whole way that everything works. This is absolutely insane, what I can do with this. Yeah, so he's just ripped his own arm off because he's the most badass of all time, and he is dead. Yes? That is dead. That is completely blowing my mind that that's a thing that I just did. This boss took me many hours of trying not to get stomped. I look forward to this becoming the norm, perhaps, if we could maybe always have this kind of an accessible situation, fighting bosses that took me hours to be killed once in one move, with a character that has no armor on and also is not human and has no summons. All of those things just happened, all together, collectively, to make me completely have my mind blown. What is up with this swirl of skin going on with his shoulder? That's really weird looking. Maybe this is going to be possible, guys. Maybe this is going to be possible. I really did not expect that to happen. That was, like, not even a thing. I'm glad I equipped the Great Soul Arrows. I think that helped quite a bit. And also having leveled up my spells and leveling up my sorcerer thing. Staff. Whatever we call the sorcerer thing. Yeah, that. So I guess we'll just go back to Majula and get on with our lives, right? Jeez, that was wild times. I'm going to go level up some more stuff toward getting that sword into my hand, if possible. We needed 10 and 9, I believe. I'm going to have to check it for a third time because my memory is the worst thing ever. I don't think I'll have enough to be able to do it just now, but, you know, a baseline of 10 and 9 is actually not a bad consideration just to have in general. There we go. Yeah, 10 strength, 9 dex. Let's see where we can get right now. Aren't you proud of me, lady? I just killed a crazy giant without even dying once. That's a big deal. You should know. Alright, maybe you shouldn't know. I don't know if you know. Strength and dex. So we got dex at 9. That's not going to really help me with, like, almost anything else, though. Oh, geez. Wow, I can get all the way up to 10 from 3 with that. That's pretty wild. So actually, we'll have it pretty soon, then. There go all the souls. Big whoop. It's been done. Leveling up again. What did I need to see? What did I need for my next level? It's 1631, so we're already almost at the 2000 mark for each level now. That's fine. I think what we'll do then is we'll just head to the next zone, grab the next bonfire, and get ready for more progress on the next episode. And then we'll have the sword ASAP. So to get to the next zone, we want to head over in this direction. You'll see there's this tunnel compartment style thing going on over here. It's sort of like an aqueduct. And we're just going to head down. This thing right here is worth noting. You'll come back here at some point not too far off. But for now, it is inaccessible. And on we go. We're going to find our way down a long, spirally staircase. And I believe there's actually a chest at the bottom of this spirally staircase, which is worth grabbing. Well, whether or not it's worth grabbing, it's there, and it doesn't cost anything, so why not grab it, right? And it's a metal one, so you know it's got to be quality, right? I was talking with Ryan about this, like, well, he was kind of talking with me about it more so, because I said how frustrating it was. I was at pretty much the end of the game, and a knight had crushed one of the wooden chests. And what happens is when one of the wooden chests gets crushed, whatever was inside of it turns into rubbish. And rubbish is useless, has no point whatsoever. You can't use it for anything. There's like a pull chain, I think, up here that I need to go hit. But it's really frustrating, because basically that is your chance to get that item for this game playthrough, and now it's gone. So his answer was that, yeah, right, that does suck, but I think all of the really important ones, yeah, it does suck, but I know I just said that. All the really important items seem to come in iron chests, which can't be crushed by other things. So that's kind of a good way of thinking about it, actually. So whatever was in that chest, and maybe I'll never know, well, it's gone now, but hopefully it wasn't anything all that important. I guess you could always check the wiki or watch another person's Let's Play who's not going to let a giant knight crush something. Anyway, up we go. And reveal! Yep, here it is. So this is the next zone. It is very, very pretty. One of the prettier zones, actually, I think, in the whole game. Basically, picture Anne Orlando, but covered in water. And that's kind of where we're at. What is that thing over on that little island over there? There's like a little manhole cover or something? I need the binos, man. Why do I not have the binos? Anyway, this guy right here looks like a pretty daunting, scary character, right? He is, essentially, but he's also not that bad either. I think I should have not too much trouble just soul arrowing him to death, like basically everything. Don't really want to get in range of him, obviously, because if I get in range of him, he's going to probably just go nuts on me, but that's fine. We'll just not allow that to happen, hopefully. And get out of there. That would have killed me, I'm pretty sure. There we go. That's the end of him. And what did he drop? Old Knight Helm. Alright, so he's already dropping his set of armor. The Old Knight set is actually the one that I use for the majority of the game on my main melee character. So, there's our bonfire. Mission accomplished. We've got another 1,000 souls. I could probably farm these guys for a few minutes. There's like 10 of them in this zone. And I could probably come up with plenty of souls that I could go use to redeem toward getting that fire weapon into my hands. But I think for now we're going to actually head out for another day. So thank you everybody for watching the Shrekthrough. I hope you're enjoying the progress we're making. I'm still completely flabbergasted by that giant fight. That was absolutely the furthest thing from my mind of thinking it was going to be possible. I figured we were going to get wrecked like 10 or 20 times before I eventually just fight him off camera. But pleasant surprise. I like when that happens. Let's do that more. So I'm going to catch you guys next time. Please do continue to leave your support. If you enjoyed the episode, consider leaving a like. It helps me out a whole bunch. And of course, I will see you later. So have a lovely night. Bye!